Okay, that's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. You're not happy about this.
Did I ever tell you I wanted a child?
I think we should start this conversation over.
We don't need to start the conversation over. We've had this conversation.
About preventing pregnancy, yes, but that's kind of a moot point now, don't you think?
What are you thinking? What, a candlelight dinner is going to make this okay?
I get it. You're upset. You don't feel the same way I do.
This isn't romantic, Katie. We have our priorities, and this is not one of them.
I think we need to be really careful about what we say next.
Agreed. You're having an abortion this week.
Thank you for driving.
No, it was my pleasure. Well.
I wasn't fair to you.
I had a nice evening.
I was using you, and it wasn't right. And I'm sorry.
I suppose Amber denied everything.
Once again, she convinced herself she was doing it all for me.
Where is she?
Don't know. I don't need that information anymore.
Okay. Look, let's not talk about it. I wanted to talk to you and see you before Hope even came by. These designs you wanted me to check out, they are definitely a leap forward. They're assured, subtle, sophisticated.
They're Amber's sketches.
They are your ideas. You can work with anybody. Work with Caroline.
Do you really think she'd even want to be alone with me in the same room now?
Our life was so different in New York. Well, after grandfather died,
I always heard the first Bill Spencer was a powerhouse.
he wouldn't even acknowledge that my mom had a partner.
Who did he think Danielle was?
Of course he knew about her. He just wouldn't acknowledge her. He refused to meet her. You know, we did Christmases at our house. I met him once on New Year's and once on 4th of July. And Danny stayed home. You have to remember how different things are just in our lifetime. And she did stand up to grandfather. He wanted her to marry this junior executive for show, and she refused. So they struck a compromise that no one would know. And I don't think that she realized at what cost to her. So when grandfather died, she and Danny got a taste of freedom.
They don't seem to feel very free now.
Maybe it's my fault. I wanted them to move here. I thought it would be easier. I didn't think about the history between my mom and Uncle Bill. It may be a problem.
Let me remind you that I am your wife, not some underling.
I don't need you to remind me that you're my wife. My own ego, my own stupid behavior. I almost lost you because of it, and I am not going to risk that happening again. Not for any reason, including a baby. For God's sake, Katie, we talked about this. We agreed.
You didn't want me to take the pill.
That was a mutual decision. We spoke to your doctors, and they told us you are at an increased risk of blood clotting, of high blood pressure, of cross reactions because of your anti-rejection medications.
Well, not every method of birth control is foolproof, Bill, and now we have to deal with it. And I'm not sorry. I can't be sorry.
Then you're not thinking straight. Why don't you just ask me to push you out of a plane over the Pacific? I'm not doing it, Katie. I don't like the odds. I am not losing you.
Mom thinks that Uncle Bill may be just like her father, that if he sees something that could raise questions or make her vulnerable, that he'll exploit it.
To gain what?
Power. Ever since grandfather's will left her half the company, she feels that Dollar Bill may not be too happy about that.
Well, how your mother and Danielle choose to live their lives, it's nobody else's business.
See, people say that, but I don't think they realize what a trap that is. I mean, it's the exact same trap that my grandfather set for her and Danny. You know, when he told her that he'd accept the situation as long as no one else found out. He put them in the closet. And now they're doing it to me. I mean, what's more natural than talking about your family with friends? But I can't do that so easily. Still, it was wrong of me to try to break out of that trap and use you as an unwitting accomplice.
Caroline, I'm glad you knew you could trust me. But you don't have to tell me, but is this the issue that came up with you and Rick? You two seem to be getting pretty close, and then you weren't.
No. I don't think that he would object out of principle. He wasn't very forthcoming with me. So, why even bring it up?
Rick's a good guy. He's just not good enough for you. Good night.
Bill, I know you love me.
And you know what it took for me to learn how to do that. You wanted me to let you in, Katie. Well, I let you all the way in. I've never experienced anything like what we have. And now you want to sacrifice it for what? To prove what?
I'm not trying to prove anything. Let's just talk about this.
Katie, we don't need a baby to make us whole, to solidify what we have. I mean, you want to make this what? This non-person, this microscopic non-person, more important to me than you are? Than our happiness and our lives? I'm not having it.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, Bill, but it's not just your decision to
The hell it isn't. I'm not letting you commit suicide, Katie, and that's the end of it.
The transplant people never said that it was impossible for us to have a healthy child.
Katie, you miscarried once, and it was almost the end of you.
But I had only had the new heart for a few weeks. They said it was going to be different after a year or two. Don't you remember?
I don't remember the conversation that way. You're remembering it the way you want to. How many heart attacks? How many visits to the ER? How many medical crises do we have to go through?
Look, disasters will happen or they won't. There's nothing we can do to control that. I could die 20 years from now, or I could die tomorrow.
And why would we want to increase the odds of that happening?
I know you love me. I know you don't want me to die. I don't want to die. And I love you, Bill. I want this for you. I want this for us. This little boy or girl, it's ours. Yours and mine, and we get to raise it. We won't be cheated out of its childhood. Look, we took precautions to not get pregnant, right? And it outsmarted us. This baby wants a life. It already has our stubbornness. I want to see what it does next. We don't know that anything bad will happen, and if I have to leave you in a year or 5 or 10, then at least I know I won't be leaving you alone.
Who is it?
It's Rick.
Rick. It's getting late. I was getting ready for
I
bed.
wouldn't come over if it wasn't important.
Okay, come in.
It's not true. What you think about me, it isn't true.
I shouldn't have said anything to Hope. I apologize.
No. No, I'm glad that you did. How else would I have known? Yes, I love women's clothing. I design them, I sell them. It would never occur to me, to put them on.
You can't be honest with me, even now. Rick, I have seen proof.
The only proof that you've seen is that Amber doesn't want you getting any closer to me. Those photos you saw, they were manipulated.
Why?
Amber and I, we have a history. She feels entitled to me when all else fails. And for Amber, it always does. She felt me slipping away. Because I want you.
Please, Katie. Please, I am begging you. Don't ask me to do this.
Life is a constant state of risk assessment. You said that to me.
I was talking about business.
This is a risk we can take.
No, it isn't. You cannot do this. You chose me. You chose our lives. Yes, if it were up to me, I would like nothing more than to share children that are as righteous and as stubborn and as beautiful and as loving as you are. But that's not the universe that we live in, Katie. And I am afraid. Have you ever heard me use that word before? I am afraid that it could kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it only weakens you, and our child grows, thrives, and then in a few years, you die. I am afraid that I will feel hatred toward my own kid.
I feel pretty foolish. I suppose I deserve to. I thought that you were hiding something from me. I'm not a big fan of secrecy. I like to be known and accepted for who I am, and I like that in other people.
So why don't you just come out and ask me if you don't like all that secrecy?
That's a fair question. It's hard to know what to say to people who are ashamed or hiding something. Seems like the kindest thing to do is to pretend you have no idea.
Would it be a secret if I told you I wanted to kiss you? Let you get
You could never hate your own child, Bill. Look at Liam. Look how much you love him. How much you want to protect him. And you never even changed his diapers. It's gonna be okay.
You've got to get your head out of the clouds, Kate.
Oh, Bill. 1,000 things could go wrong every day. But they don't. The Earth is 4 billion years old and we're still here. Nature must be doing something right.
Blind faith and magical thinking aren't enough for me.
And what do you trust in? God, anything?
Myself. And you. And that's about it. It's not that I think this child's life doesn't matter.
I know.
Do you? Do you know that I wake up in a sweat when I reach out and you're not there? And then I come out of it and I realize that you're just getting a glass of water or you're reading a book out in the den. But I let my mind wander to thoughts of you being gone for good. And I wonder how I would ever get through it. You know that old big bad dollar bill? You remember that guy? That guy is gone. That guy who didn't need anyone. I need you, Katie. Maybe I'm just selfish. In fact, I know that I'm selfish because I refuse to live without you.
We don't have to come up with drastic solutions to problems we don't even have yet.
And what if by the time we need to have that conversation, what if by then you're in the hospital and the doctors are looking at me with that I wish there was more we could do face?
I think that it's my risk to take. This is our child, Bill. It's not some hypothetical. It's here. It feels everything we say. Love made it, and love is what it needs to make it into this world. And we just can't say no. I won't say no.